Just to let you know, after I filmed this video a couple days ago, Bétonge and Bascharage were hit by a fucking tornado. Yeah, just keep that in mind while you're watching it. Hello. We're at Luxembourg Central again, waiting for a train on the next leg of this crazy adventure. That's not our train, that's French. We don't care about the French trains. No, we are going west again, towards Belgium again, although it's slightly different parts of Belgium. I'm dying, in case you can't tell by the tone of my voice. I am absolutely dying right now, but the show must go on. Content must be produced. It's another Bombardier. I'm getting kind of sick of Bombardiers. Could we please get a Stadler or an Alstom one of these days? Nope, it's all Bombardiers. Oh well, could be worse. Could be a Class 2000.
Holerisch.
If you were paying attention in Wednesday's video, however, you'll have noticed that I said that on the line towards Belgium, over here, trains run on the left-hand side of the tracks. However, line 70, the one that we're on now, also goes towards Belgium, and yet the trains travel on the right-hand side. What gives? The reason is politics. Because even though Actus is well and truly in Belgium, CFL still sees it as an extension of their network. For example, they have it as a station on their list of stations, and all the stock running from there to Luxembourg is Luxembourgish stock, not, for example, in Athlon, where it's mostly Belgian stock. I keep on forgetting to position the camera so that the stunning reflections from the window are minimized. And another time lapse f***ed up. Oh well.
Leute-Lange.
This is Leute-Lange station. It's a fucking lie. No, but seriously, the town of Leute-Lange is about 2 kilometers in that direction from Leute-Lange station. So much so that there is another entire village in between Leute-Lange and Leute-Lange station. Following the European tradition of naming transportation hubs after towns that are bigger but further away from them. You know, like Frankfurt Hahn Airport and Brussels Charleroi Airport, Leute-Lange station. That grinds my gears. Another gloomy passageway. Although this one has a ramp, well, sort of, it's a ramp with steps, whereas the Holerisch station only had steps. On this train, there's a lot more people than I thought there would, which means that it's hard to effectively vlog without seeming really awkward. How do you solve this problem? Throw money at it! Your receipt is being printing. Your receipt is being printing. Gentle introduction to railway signaling. Green means you're good to go until the next signal. Red means stop, don't go. And yellow means you can go, but the next signal, I don't know if you can see it over there in the distance, is red, so you should probably start slowing down. Here's a fun fact. Railway signals are what is known as fail-safe. If these signals are off, drivers are trained to mean that this means do not go. The only scenario in which a driver is allowed to cross the signal is if it's showing green or yellow. Showing nothing at all is the same as showing red. Which makes sense, because if the signal were to go off, there would be no way for the driver to know if there's another train on the block ahead of him or not. So the only reasonable thing for him to do is to stop. That's a fun fact. CFL first class review. Not really worth it. I mean, you get a bit more foot space and a emptier carriage, but that's about it. I mean, it's only €3, but still that's €3 more than I would have paid for this trip anyway. Nah. Also, you remember that when we went to Clapham and I told you that the line towards Belgium was electrified at 3 kilovolt DC until September 2018. Well, this line also goes to Belgium, and it's been at 25 kilovolt AC the whole time. What gives? Well, again, it's politics and the social status of Athus, in that it's sort of SNCB, sort of CFL. Also interesting that the Belgian Athus Meuse line has been electrified at 25 kilovolt AC for decades now. Future Marks, tell me when that happened and why?
1980s and no.
Thank you, Future Marks, for the amazing explanation as usual. Back to the studio. What? There's no studio.
Dépêche Raka, départ Recanche.
Another gloomy
Underpass.
although this one has a proper ramp. Or does it? Echo! Nope, stairs. Anybody who's in a wheelchair or has a child stroller to push, get f***ed. Oh, never mind, here we go. Another set of ramp stairs. Stair ramp, ramp stairs. Can someone please come up with a better name for this than me? Oh, and while you're at it, please come up with a better name for this whole series, thank you. The presence of this level crossing here is remarkable for the very simple reason that in modern civil engineering, level crossings are considered bad because not only are they sort of unsafe in that cars can collide with trains, but also they force traffic to come to a standstill when there's a train passing. And so CFL has a project to remove all of the level crossings. However, removing a level crossing is not a trivial process because then you have to either create an underpass for cars or an underpass for trains, which is a significant amount of engineering work. So that's why that project is not progressing as fast as they would have liked. Literature inside the elevator. I mean, I don't suppose the maintenance technicians could have found a better place to put that literature than in the shaft. I hope that it's stored there safely, although knowing elevator technicians, it's gonna be pretty goddamn safe. Fun fact, the second safest place to be in any situation of disaster is in an elevator. No, seriously, you might think that they're big old death machines moving up and down at breakneck speeds, but no, they're actually designed in multiple ways to keep you alive, and they have fallbacks and fail-safes for the fail-safes. In case you're wondering, first place is in a plane, because all of the same applies to planes, but times 1,000. I see we're having an epidemic of departure boards along the entire line. CFL, please fix. Where the f*** is the train? They've lowered the level crossing, but where the f*** is the train? Shit like this is what causes drivers to run level crossings. Because they think that, oh, it's a false alarm, oh, the train isn't there. It is, and you can't see it, but you think it's not. I can't tell if that was a train horn or a car horn. It's a car horn. Train horns don't normally sound like the wails of a dying elephant. No, but seriously, where is that train? Can't see around the bend there, and it's definitely not anywhere there. These cars have been standing here for 2 minutes almost, for absolutely no reason in this world. This is what causes road rage. It's now been, according to my camera, 2.5 minutes when the level crossing's lowered.
Aufgepasst, Gleis 2. Durchfahrt von engem Zug. Wann Stift vom Bord vom Quai zurücktreten.
Yes.
Station Voiture. Passage d'un train. Veuillez dégager le bord du quai, s'il vous plaît.
Alright, that's a useful announcement. We're gonna be here for a while, waiting for this mystery train. Okay, even the calmest driver in the world would be having an episode of road rage right now. Here she comes. Jesus Christ! I had to hold onto the camera there. I thought the wind would make it fall the f*** over. Wow! Trains don't f*** around, people. Alright, is that level crossing gonna come up anytime soon? I should like to point out, it's now been 8 minutes. There we go. That level crossing was down for 8 minutes. Some of these drivers are going to be real grumpy now. Oh, the level crossing's beeping again. This is a f***ing joke. Oh, and we're gonna have another cargo train running in the opposite direction. This station is getting all of the action today. So I suppose that level crossing wasn't just for our train, but for this mystery cargo train as well. Oh yeah, there she comes. You can hear that ferocious grunting in the distance of the engine. Looks like an oil train. Although this one's slowed down to a polite speed.
nationale 5064 vers à Tuvia Pétange au Drongar.
And here comes our train. I just saw passing on the other side yet another cargo train. Belgium's having a cargo field day today.
Chou là, chou voilà.
Repeat after me. Gloomy underpass, ramp stairs. Luxembourg, made in agriculture. You see, this right here is a perfect example of everything I don't like about Luxembourg's train stations. 2 concrete slabs, not quite under a bridge this time, but almost. Totally out in the middle of nowhere. Depressing, gloomy underpasses. No. Hopefully we're gonna discover some better ones later along the route. Look, Mum, no paperwork in the elevator. Mais ça, c'est bizarre. First class completely deserted.
Wiederkehrte Monstercat-Bascharage-Rodange.
Revolution in CFL station design, because it is still 2 slabs of concrete with a gloomy underpass, but this time it's raised above street level. Yeah, look at this. That's the station up there. And then underneath the station, there's a road bridge, because the people who were designing the station saw the light and didn't put in a level crossing. Okay, here's the ramp stairs. I was starting to wonder about that. A CFL station without these ramp stairs? Nope. They've covered all their bases. And another elevator bridge. It's almost like this is a standardized design.
Rest in peace, headphone users, in 3, 2, 1.
Warning! I was shooting a time lapse and then suddenly cargo train! Let's try that again.
Heute, d'étanche.
I have to learn to not trust the autofocus on these shots. Oh, here we go. Actual working departure boards. You remember the abandoned railway line that we explored in Kleinbettingen on Wednesday? Well, it actually starts down here in Pettonge, where to continue up to Kleinbettingen, then up to Ettelbrücken-Echternach. It's really interesting to see how, instead of this circular route that was taken back then by the PH railway, modern day route is a radial one with all the lines emanating from Luxembourg City and going outwards. Each has their own pros and cons. The radial one means that you can hit a lot more different places without needing as many lines, but it has the disadvantage that all of the trains need to go along one line, and thus you may be on the train for longer before reaching your destination, and also you might need more trains, although I'm not entirely sure about that. The central one also means that there's one central hub where you can go to switch between all the trains instead of taking the train all the way around the country. However, what's quite strange is that some of these stations that were there in the old radial design aren't there anymore in this new central design. For example, Echternach station. I've heard that there's a project floating around to run a railway line from Luxembourg up to the airport and then to Echternach, but I get the feeling that that's not going to happen anytime soon, given the CFL's current improvement building speeds. Unfortunately, the line down here in Pettonge isn't as well preserved as it was in Kleinbettingen. You saw up there, we could even walk on the old railway tracks, as overgrown as they were. Here, for example, the line used to go along this bridge over to there, and then curve around there to the station on that hill. Instead, it appears that that was since taken down, and you see that there's this road built along here. And then, as far as I can understand from looking at all the evidence that I've seen, the railway line basically went alongside this path where I'm walking now, up here and up north to Kleinbettingen. History! But we still have 2 more stations to hit today, and I've already used up 1 full camera battery and I'm running out of mental juice. So let's go back to Pettonge Gare and see if there's anything that we can talk about there. Probably not. Guess what? Another southern cargo train! Whoa! It's not a Bombardier! Holy shit, that's a 6-carriage train set. They stuck 2 trains together back to back for this service because they knew how many people would want it. Yeah, here we go. It's the 2313 and then 2316 stuck together. And they're not Bombardiers, they're Stadlers. I mean, Stadlers are nice because they generally have a smoother ride than Bombardiers or Alstoms, and they have power sockets. But the thing about Stadlers is that when designing the seating arrangements, they went with the airline style of let's just put 2 seats back to back throughout the thing and just smatter in some 4-seater tables every now and again. Whereas the Bombardiers, and I think the Alstoms as well, have a lot more 4-seaters in there. Which is annoying for me as a content creator because I want a table to put my camera on, but I can't do that in a Stadler. So, they're nice, but they're not the end of words. Words are hard, okay? Anyway, this is La Madeleine, also known as not quite Vendange, not quite Rodange. Train station built on an overpass with this rather annoying set of steps. I have to check, is there a ramp somewhere? Otherwise this station is not accessible to persons of reduced mobility, and that is bad. And here we go. Repeat after me, kids. Ramp stairs, gloomy underpass, ramp stairs. Here she comes, our last train of the day. Well, except for the one that I'm gonna need to take to get home after all of this. Two Bombardier train sets passing each other. What a beautiful sight.
Rodange.
Ye gods, I just noticed something.
At this point, Passmark said a bunch of shit that's completely f***ing wrong.
Anyway, this is Rodange. It's a fucking building site, just as usual. And that's it. That's line 70 completed. Time to head home, recover, edit this video.
It's a good thing you can't hear him over the wind because again, Passmark said a bunch of shit that's completely f***ing wrong.
Repeat after me, kids. Ramp stairs, gloomy underpass, ramp stairs. Whoa, stop. Ramp stairs? 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 What the f***? Persons of reduced mobility, go f*** yourselves.
Voie express régionale 86 569 vers Luxembourg via Pétange par Récange entre en gare.
Ooh, an Alstom! No tables. Boo, Alstom. Power outlets. Yay, Alstom.
Next time on the show, we'll go either east or west, depending on my mood when I record. Thank you so much for watching, enjoy this time lapse, I'll see you next time.